Hey guys, how's it going? This right here is a Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra, which is supposedly the best camera phone out there in the Android segment. Now, on the other hand, we have this, the OnePlus 9 Pro, which many of you guys regard as the best camera phone in the Android segment. Me, well, I have both the devices with me, so I can click photos with whichever one I want. But for you, which phone is the better camera smartphone? Well, that's what this video is all about. This is Varun from Guiding Tech, and in today's video, we'll be putting the Mi 11 Ultra's flagship grade cameras to the test against the OnePlus 9 Pro's flagship grade Hasselblad cameras to see which one is a better camera smartphone for you guys. Let's get started. Okay, so let's kick things off with the rear video footage first. Alright, so we're recording 1080p 30fps super stable footage from the OnePlus 9 Pro, which is on my left, and the Mi 11 Ultra, which is on my right. Now, one thing to note is that while both the phones have a dynamic HDR option, they both get automatically disabled once you're trying to record with any sort of stability modes whatsoever. As you can see, we're working in terms of HDR right now, and the kind of footage that you're seeing on both the panels, obviously right now, as for me, the footage will be different because both the phones have their own panels, but I'll let you guys judge in terms of which panel produces a better color here. Actually, which camera produces better colors here. But in terms of stability, if I'm walking right now, if I start to walk a little bit faster, just panning the camera around, I think it's clear that the Mi 11 Ultra is doing a much better job than the OnePlus 9 Pro. And that is quite commendable because the OnePlus 9 Pro in itself has a very good camera and a very stable camera. So the fact that the Mi 11 Ultra is not even able to just beat it, but beat it by quite a margin is a testament of just how good the camera on the Mi 11 Ultra really is. Alright, so we're recording selfie 1080p 30fps footage from the OnePlus 9 Pro, which is on my left, and the Mi 11 Ultra, which is on my right. Now, one thing to note here is that the Mi 11 Ultra does have HDR enabled on the front camera as well, while the OnePlus 9 Pro, at least while at the time of recording, my background is completely blown away. I mean, it might get processed later on, which you can see in the final result, but right now, while I'm recording, the background is completely blown away. Also, another thing that you'll notice is that the OnePlus 9 Pro is far too zoomed in as compared to the Mi 11 Pro, Mi 11 Ultra. I'm sorry, there's so many phone models, it just gets too complicated. I mean, smartphone brands really need to work on their naming schemes. Also, one more thing that I wanted to highlight is that please guys, wear a mask. It's only that I'm shooting a video in a very isolated space that I've taken off my mask also for the purpose of this video itself. Otherwise, I have my mask in my pocket right now. Please wear your mask and get vaccinated ASAP. Now, coming back to the footage, well, they're both decently stable. You can get an idea of the audio as I'm recording, and I'm sure my editor will keep switching the audio sources so that you can get an idea of that. But in terms of HDR, like I said, as from the footage that I can see right now on my screen, the Mi 11 Ultra is clearly winning. That being said, in terms of details, I think the OnePlus 9 Pro is doing a slightly better job here. And then again, it's also a little more zoomed in, so there's that factor too. Alright, so videos are one thing, but how good are the cameras for still selfies? Well, right here you can see that both the phones have some very stark differences. Now, while the Mi 11 Ultra goes for a natural finish, the OnePlus 9 Pro offers a very contrasty image. Also, the t-shirt was peach in color, and it's the Mi 11 Ultra that manages to capture it better and more accurately. Now, if you zoom in, you'll notice that, to be fair, neither of the phones captured a sharp image. However, OnePlus's contrasty shot does give you the impression of it being slightly sharper. Switch to the portrait mode, and while everything else remains the same, the thing that you can immediately notice is that the Mi 11 Ultra has no support for HDR in the portrait mode. Personally, this is really disappointing considering the price, but then I can also see folks do not care about it that much. Either way, it's up to you which kind of shot you prefer. As far as edge detection goes, they're both at par, so no issues there. Moving on to daylight shots, in this first frame, you can see that while both the phones capture excellent images, there are a couple of differences here and there. First off, the leaves are naturally captured by the Mi 11 Ultra, while you once again see slightly adjusted contrast on the 9 Pro. That, along with the ever so slightly saturated blues of the sky, make the 9 Pro shot look slightly tuned in comparison to the Mi 11 Ultra. However, the good thing here is that this tuning is very slight, so I reckon that some of you might fancy this as opposed to the overall plain images of the 11 Ultra. However, one thing to note is that the color reproduction in smartphones is very much based on software processing, and this next frame serves as a great example for that. See, at a first glance, you might think that the OnePlus 9 Pro has saturated colors, but no, it has just a higher contrast. The Mi 11 Ultra, on the other hand, has a very weird understanding of the yellow color here. This can be better explained with this next shot of a sunflower. While the OnePlus 9 Pro captures it almost identical to reality, the Mi 11 Ultra goes for an orangish shade, which, although does look attractive, is quite far off from reality. In fact, I know that some of you guys might have doubts about these photos, which is that we provide a direct download link to all of the camera samples straight from the phones for you guys to download. See, all of our camera comparisons and reviews on this channel are not sponsored in any manner whatsoever. In fact, what you're seeing right now is my pure, unbiased analysis, completely based on the samples that I shot and then my analysis of it, looking on my color accurate display. But like I said, you can always download all the images provided down there in the description box onto your system, check them, analyze for your own needs, and then leave your feedback down in the comments below. And who knows, we can also have a chat if you guys have a different opinion. Nonetheless, let's move on with the video. Now, as we pointed out in our earlier camera comparisons around the OnePlus 9 series, it's good to see that OnePlus finally has a signature style. For instance, right here you can notice once again that the boosted contrast on the 9 Pro shot is quite visible. Both are excellent shots, and honestly, if I did not want to spend some time manually tuning the Mi 11 Ultra shot, I would readily go with what OnePlus 9 Pro has produced here. Other than that, as far as color accuracy goes, they are both pretty much at the same level field, give or take a few points here and there. Next up, we have HDR shots, and here's the thing, both of the phones are flagship phones and the HDR performance on both of them is pretty much flagship and top notch. However, there is some slight difference in the tuning, which basically boils down to which kind of processing you guys prefer. See, in this shot, as far as HDR goes, they're both excellent and at par. However, like I said, OnePlus has that boosted contrast that makes the shot look far too cinematic. Now personally, I like it. But then again, it also becomes tougher for me if I want to edit this in post-processing because it's now already a darker shot. Of course, if editing is what I fancy in the first place, I'd be better off clicking in the RAW mode, so there's that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you do not want to spend too much time fine-tuning your shots, maybe the OnePlus 9 Pro suits your interests better. In this next shot as well, you can see that as far as HDR goes, they are both excellent. However, OnePlus's cinematic feel makes the shot look far more appealing than the Mi 11 Ultra, so there's that. Moving on, we have human shots, and to be honest, clicking a human subject of myself in these tough times when you're living in isolation is kinda tough, but I think I did a fair job. Let's take a look. Right off the bat, you can see that OnePlus still needs to work on their picture profile when it comes to human subjects. See, while the company has come a long way from their reddish skin tones, the contrast is way too overboosted here, and it just makes for a bad shot. And I'm not speaking in comparison, just individually only, I do not like what OnePlus is producing here. On the other hand, the Mi 11 Ultra is slightly on the softer side, but it is an easy winner here. Switching to the portrait mode, and the first thing that once again pops out is that the Mi 11 Ultra does not have HDR here. This is very weird to me, but I guess that's how things work here. Now, other than that, the shots look pretty good, and the difference once again comes down to the contrasty color tuning, so I'll let you guys be the judge on which style you fancy more. Now, the phones also come with really powerful ultra-wide cameras. So while the Mi 11 Ultra relies on its 48 megapixel ultra-wide sensor with software-based correction, OnePlus makes use of a freeform 50 megapixel sensor to achieve ultra-wide correction on the hardware level. So here's a standard shot in the normal mode. Switch to the ultra-wide mode, and the one thing that you can see is that Xiaomi's ultra-wide is, well, far more wider than the OnePlus 9 Pro. See the right side of the image to understand what I mean. Now, this was clear to me while shooting itself, because while the OnePlus 9 goes back to 0.6x in the ultra-wide mode, the Mi 11 Ultra allows you for a 0.5x factor, which is obviously wider. Now, if you zoom into that widened section, you can see that the image definitely loses its sharpness, but I don't think there's any major fisheye effect or distortion here. Basically, if you want to fit in more stuff into the frame, the Mi 11 Ultra is better. But for what it's worth, the image produced by the 9 Pro is sharper, free of all sorts of distortions, and fits the bill for most folks. Both the phones have telephoto lenses as well, though even on paper, Xiaomi's 48 megapixel periscope lens looks like a winner against OnePlus's 8 megapixel. This is evident cause on the normal mode, the OnePlus 9 Pro resorts to a 3.3x zoom, while the Mi 11 Ultra goes to a 5x factor. Of course, you can push the 9 Pro to 5x as well to match the Mi 11 Ultra, but it's fair to say that Xiaomi wins this bout easily. Lastly, we have low light shots, and okay, let's start with some evening shots. This was taken around 7:30 PM with the sun almost settling, and you can see the reflection of the sunset in the building. Now, while these are tough settings for any camera, it does help us understand the basic outline of how the software understands the subjects in the image. In the 9 Pro shot, the building's windows and the lights at the bottom of the frame are better controlled, while in the case of the Mi 11 Ultra, it highlights the trees better, not allowing for super dark shots anywhere. Turn the night mode on, and while the processing remains the same, both the shots get a bit sharper, so there's that. There's not much difference here in terms of illumination here, however, that was to be expected. This was taken at around 2 AM with just a single light source in my balcony. Both the phones struggle to keep the focus in check in the normal mode, and to be fair, they're both average shots. Now, credit where it's due, the noise is kept at a minimal on both the phones, so that's good. However, turn the night mode on and both the phones have managed to click an absolutely stellar image. The illumination is great on both, and while neither of the images have sharp subjects, they're both pretty much at par. So, which one's better? Well, from a critic's perspective, it's fair enough to say that the Mi 11 Ultra is the clear winner against the OnePlus 9 Pro. It has better images, better dynamic range, slightly better details, more stable footage, and yeah, it's an overall better package in terms of the camera. But that is from a critic's perspective. If I were to personally go out and buy a phone, and if I had to choose between the OnePlus 9 Pro or the Mi 11 Ultra, I think I would go with the OnePlus 9 Pro, even in terms of the camera. See, here's the thing. For what it's worth, the OnePlus 9 Pro's camera is pretty good. And if I do not want to spend my time editing my photos, the OnePlus 9 Pro's camera results in the normal mode, the slight software tuning, the color grading that Hasselblad offers is pretty much, well, along the lines of how I would anyway edit my photos. So yeah, it suits my personal taste. That being said, if I wanted to basically manually edit my photos, there's also the Pro RAW mode on the OnePlus 9 Pro, which comes in handy in those periods. And this is just the camera hardware that I'm talking about. Let's not forget that the Mi 11 Ultra is a very, very heavy phone. Like, seriously, what's this phone? Like, this is 194 something grams, while this weighs 234 grams or something. And that weight is something that you can feel almost immediately, even while holding the phone. So when you're trying to click an image, forget trying to click it with one hand or trying to record a video with one hand. You need to most of the time use two hands. And yeah, I mean, it's fine in terms of when you're reviewing a phone, but as a daily driver, this phone is definitely heavy. So yeah, as an enthusiast, as a geek, as a reviewer, while it's clear that the Mi 11 Ultra is definitely the best camera smartphone out there in the Android world, for most consumers, the OnePlus 9 Pro actually makes a far more compelling choice. Now, regardless of which phone you want to buy, whether it's a OnePlus 9 Pro or the Mi 11 Ultra, let me tell you a really good way in which you can score some really good discounts. See, both of these phones are Amazon exclusives, and another thing that's Amazon exclusive is the Amazon Pay ICICI Bank credit card. Honestly, it's a great way to save every time you pay on Amazon.in or other apps, sites, and in stores. This card is absolutely free with no joining or annual fees. There are no limits on rewards for this credit card and no expiry date on rewards either. So for instance, if you decide to buy the OnePlus 9 Pro, Prime members using Amazon Pay ICICI Bank credit card will get 5% reward points in the form of Amazon Pay balance, while non-Prime members will get 3%. So if you're a Prime member, you will get somewhere about Rs 3,500 back in the form of Amazon Pay balance when you buy the smartphone. Now you can use this cashback for shopping on Amazon.in or use it for Swiggy or Uber payments, recharge your phones, pay your electricity bills and whatnot. The card is absolutely free and you can apply for it while staying at home. So regardless of whether there's an offer or not, you can definitely save a lot with this card. Now you can check out more about it in the description box below. And well, that was it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more awesome tech content. Also, like I said, we have a direct download link to all the camera samples straight from the phones. So go ahead, download it and analyze those images for yourself. And make sure to comment down below what your feedback is. Till then, this is Vam from Guiding Tech, and I'll see you in the next one.